Today, we're diving into a nightmare scenario, a home invasion. It's 2:30 a.m., glass shatters downstairs, and suddenly your safe space isn't safe anymore. Most people freeze, and that's the first mistake. I'm here to give you 5 practical, no BS tips to survive when intruders cross that line. From staying sharp to using what's around you, this is about keeping your head and your life when it counts. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the One Row. My name is David. Imagine this. You wake up startled in the middle of a pitch black night to the sound of shattering glass and a small thump breaking the stillness of your home. Through a haze of sleep, you hear the faint thud of boots on the hardwood floors downstairs, drawing your attention and sending a chill down your spine. Your adrenaline surges and your heart starts to slam against your chest as panic thoughts fill your mind. Quickly, you shake your partner next to you. You get them to wake up. As your mind hurriedly races through what to do next, what do you do? There are an estimated 850 to 1.6 million attempted or successful home invasions and or burglaries in the U.S. in 2023. When facing home invaders, the situation is chaotic and unpredictable. Your survival hinges on split-second choices. Here are 5 things that help you survive if someone breaks into your home. The first tip number 1, is to wake up aware. If you're jolted out of sleep by a crash of footsteps, don't brush it off as a cat. Your brain's foggy, but you got to push through that and go from sleep to fight or flight mode in seconds. Is it one voice or 3, one or multiple people walking? Was that the creak on the stairs, on that one squeaky stair you have? Get your bearings. Where's the noise coming from? Downstairs? The back door? Knowing that tells you where they are and where you need to be. Don't yell out, "Who's there?" Silence is your first shield. Second is to know the layout of your home better than your intruders do. Stats say most break-ins happen between midnight and 4 a.m., so if you're awake, presume and assume it's real until proven otherwise. Awareness is not paranoia, it's your edge. Don't lay in bed and continue to listen. Tip number 2, don't be the target. Follow your plan. Don't you have a plan? If you don't have a plan, then this is tip number 6. We're going to jump straight to tip number 6. Have a plan in case of emergencies around your home that includes fire, home invasion, etc., and share it with everybody that you live with, your spouse and children. Back to tip number 2 now. You've got maybe 30 seconds before they figure out the general layout of your home. And confronting them head on, though it sounds brave, but they're armed and you're probably outnumbered, it's a losing bet unless you absolutely have to. Hide, wait, watch, and fight if you must. Get low, get quiet, and move to the safest place that you can form a barricade like a bedroom or a closet, but try not to trap yourself in. Leave a crack for air and a place to exit if possible. If you've got kids, train your kids to hide in a designated spot like behind toys in their closet. Teach them to stay silent and don't come out except to the sound of your voice telling them to. Noise is your enemy. Step soft and avoid creaky boards. The FBI data says that about 60% of burglars want in and out fast. If they don't see you, they may not search for you. Tip number 3, prep your castle ahead of time. Surviving starts before the glass breaks. Lock your doors, deadbolts, not just the knobs, and also lock your windows. Keep a phone charged by your bed because 911 is your lifeline, even if it's in silent mode. Have a weapon, baseball bat, kitchen knife, firearm, bear or pepper spray within arm's reach. I recommend a 5.56 or 300 blackout AR pistol, a pistol caliber carbine, or a shotgun if at all possible. Ahead of time, walk the house thinking through the scenario and think about your firing lines, bullet pass-throughs into neighbors or kids' rooms, and how you can get from your room to the kids. Reinforce your bedroom door. A $20 door jamb bar can buy you minutes. The point is, you don't need a fortress, but do what you can ahead of time to slow them down and make it harder to get to you and your family. Most invaders aren't pros, they're opportunists. Make your plan a hassle and as unfriendly as possible because time is your friend. Tip number 4, fight only if you must to defend you and your family. And just start off by assuming they're armed. 30% are per crime stats. If you're using a bat or crowbar or similar type weapon, use short, fast movements. Keep the weapon between you and the perpetrators, and keep your balance. Don't do any like crazy big home run swings. If it's a gun, know your state's law on self-defense and the castle doctrine. Aim for center mass. None of us, frankly, ever want to be in this situation or have to unalive someone. But you didn't ask for this, and you and your family are at stake. This is a real story. There was a woman down in Georgia last year. She fired a warning shot from her 9mm, and that was enough for the guy to run away and not come back. Don't actively seek the people out. Fighting is the last resort because the odds are against you. Don't make it your first choice. Get to your protected position with you and your family and hold up. The goal is survival, not to win a shootout. Tip number 5, escape if you must. Know your house blind, back doors, basement windows, even small, short secondary story drops if it's not going to kill you. If you're upstairs and they're down, as soon as they come in, crack a window immediately and very quietly, obviously, and just listen. And if you're listening outside, you know they're inside. Maybe exiting the house now is perfect. The highest value rooms for robbers are the master bedroom, living room, kitchen, and home office. Consider these likely targets in your plans. If you decide to run, slip out, stay low, hit the neighbors or a dark corner to call and or wait for the cops. Don't grab your wallet or shoes. Stuff's replaceable, but you're not. This is a real case. There was a family in Ohio climbed out of their kid's window during a 2022 break-in, hid in the shed, and the cops nabbed the guy about 10 minutes later. Again, time is your friend. Just create that distance, create that protected area, and that increases your chance of surviving the situation. Outside of those 5 tips, there are a couple gotchas to consider. One is, how do you keep a loaded firearm next to your bed, quickly accessible, but also safe if you have kids or the law requires you to have it secure even in your home? That's also, if your bedroom is on the other side of the main floor from your kid's room, requiring you to go right through the middle of the likeliest robbery targets, how do you get there without confronting the intruders? Point A to point B, and they're right in the middle. We have a lot to consider when we're putting together our plans, but the point is to think through those things now and make a plan and share it with your loved ones or roommates or whoever you live with. Anyway, these are 5 tips to survive a home invasion. A home invasion is chaos, but these steps help stack the deck in your favor. You're not invincible, but you're also not helpless. Test this. After this video is over, or sometime tonight, walk your house, spot weak points, glass sliding doors, exterior doors with no deadbolts, etc. Stash a weapon. Make a plan. If this ends up hitting home, smash that like button, subscribe, drop a comment below. What are your go-to move if this kind of thing happens? Everybody stay safe, and I'll see you next time.